The hollow pursuit of pleasure. Hey everyone, today we are talking about a topic that feels deeply personal to me and to countless others who have embarked on this journey. The stark contrast between life before and after discovering semen retention. Before, life was a cycle of fleeting gratification and an underlying sense of unfulfillment. It's a story many of us know all too well. For me, it started in my late teens and carried well into my 20s. My days were often structured around the pursuit of instant dopamine hits. It was a life lived in the shadows of my potential. I had ambitions. Sure, I wanted to be a writer, to build a business, to travel, but they felt like distant dreams, always postponed for tomorrow. My energy was perpetually low. I'd wake up feeling groggy, even after a full night's sleep, and by midday, I'd be hitting a mental wall. Socially, I was a ghost. I'd be in a room full of people, but I felt disconnected, unable to hold a conversation, my gaze constantly shifting, my confidence non-existent. Online, I was a lurker, a consumer of content, never a creator. My phone was my crutch, a portal to a world of endless stimulation that left me feeling more empty than before. My relationships, both platonic and romantic, were superficial. I couldn't maintain genuine eye contact, and my interactions were governed by a needy, anxious energy. I sought validation from others because I lacked it within myself. It was a constant chase for something I couldn't quite name, a void I tried to fill with temporary pleasures. I was stuck in a feedback loop of overstimulation and underachievement, a life where my own power felt like a resource. I was constantly bleeding, never replenishing. The catalyst for change. A story of a quiet man. The turning point wasn't a grand revelation, but a subtle, almost accidental encounter. I had a coworker, a man named Mark, who was in his mid-50s. He was a quiet man. Not particularly charismatic or loud, but he had an incredible presence. He was the kind of person who could walk into a chaotic meeting and his mere presence would bring a sense of calm. He never spoke much, but when he did, everyone listened. His words carried weight, and his gaze was steady and unwavering. One day, during a particularly stressful project, I noticed how calm and focused he was. While I was a wreck of nerves, I finally mustered the courage to ask him what his secret was. He didn't give me a simple productivity tip or a meditation app recommendation. Instead, he just smiled and said, "I don't waste my energy. I conserve it." Confused, I pressed him for more. He explained the concept of semen retention, not in a mystical, esoteric way, but as a practical discipline for self-mastery. He spoke about it as an act of redirecting energy, a way to convert a primal, lower-frequency impulse into higher-frequency focus, creativity, and vitality. He wasn't a guru. He was a living example. Seeing his grounded confidence and incredible focus was the seed that was planted in my mind. He showed me that true power wasn't about being loud or dominating a room. It was about having a deep, quiet well of energy to draw from. It was about inner strength, not external validation. His story gave me a tangible reason to try, a living testament to what was possible. The transformation, my new reality, my journey wasn't a sudden flip of a switch, but a gradual, profound transformation. In the first few weeks of practicing semen retention, the initial changes were subtle. The restlessness I felt before started to fade. I began to feel a newfound calmness, a sense of being grounded in my own body. The most immediate and striking change was in my energy levels. I woke up feeling genuinely rested, and the midday slump became a thing of the past. My mental fog cleared, replaced by a clarity and focus I hadn't experienced since childhood. I started to tackle projects I had been procrastinating on for years. I set up a writing schedule and stuck to it. I started exercising regularly, not out of a sense of obligation, but because I had the energy and desire to move my body. My social interactions changed dramatically. I was no longer afraid of eye contact. In fact, I found it empowering. My gaze became steady and direct, and I could feel a palpable shift in how others responded to me. People seemed to be drawn to my presence. My needy energy was replaced with a quiet confidence that didn't require any external validation. Relationships became more meaningful. I could be present and truly listen to people without my mind racing. The constant pursuit of instant gratification faded away, and I replaced it with a deep appreciation for the process of building something. Whether it was a skill, a business, or a connection with another person, I became the person who created instead of consumed. A life of purpose and connection, life after semen retention, isn't about being a superhero or having magical powers. It's about living in alignment with your true potential. The energy I once squandered now fuels my purpose. My writing, once a source of anxiety, has become a powerful form of expression. My business, once a distant dream, is now a thriving reality built on consistent, focused effort. The most significant change is the profound sense of purpose and connection I now feel. I am no longer just reacting to life. I am actively creating it. This practice has given me a deep respect for my own body and mind, and a sense of responsibility for how I use my energy. It has taught me that the most powerful form of attraction isn't about looks or status, but about the quality of one's presence. It is a quiet confidence that doesn't need to be announced. This isn't a quick fix, but a lifelong journey of self. It's about cultivating an inner world that is so rich and full that you radiate it outwards, naturally attracting opportunities, genuine relationships, and a life of meaning. The difference between life before and after is not just in what I do, but in who I am. I went from a hollow, weary version of myself to a man who is grounded, purposeful, and fully engaged with the world. And that, more than anything, is the true power of semen retention. Before we conclude, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and Don T, forget to drop your location in the comments. I love to know where you're rewatching from. And if you ever have any questions, join our Telegram channel where we interact directly and help each other grow. The link is in the description.